Ah, not a worry in the world, I see, hey? Gosh, you are fast asleep. You're missing the best view in the world. Are you really not going to show me around? Do I have to do everything around here? Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm in beautiful OIA or OIA, depending on how you want to pronounce it, here in Santorini. They say it's the most beautiful village in all of Greece. Now that is a big statement, but I have been here before in 2014. I know how beautiful it can be. The plan for today is just to take things easy. You'll see that I've picked a time of day close to the sunset. Well, I really hope there will be a sunset, because that is what OIA is renowned for. There's OIA in the northern part of the island. Look at all the beautiful properties here. The deck chairs are out for people waiting to witness something special. Yeah, look at the nature here. This is a very special part of Greece because of the volcanic activity that took place 3,600 years ago. The Minoan eruption, which essentially formed this caldera and Santorini. I think that is Fira over there. It might be possible to walk back. Might take about 3 hours. Instead, let's explore a bit of OIA before the sun goes down. See what we can find. Yeah, we'll be heading in that direction in due course, but I wanted to show this beautiful church here. Absolutely iconic part of OIA. Again, look at the bells there, the configuration 1, then 2, then 3, and some Greek writing there which I can't make out, but the blue and white featuring prominent here, as well as a flag. All right, let's continue our adventures in this magnificent Greek village. You can see there, respect. It's your holiday, but it's our home. We welcome you, but please respect OIA. There you go. OIA is very much an artist village. Lots of artists who live here. You can see lots of galleries around town. Some of them are open, some are closed. But the artistic touch is really prevalent in this part of Greece. I've not seen many cats in Fira, but here in OIA there's a few, and they all look pretty chilled. Are you showing me a little alley here? Yeah, come on. Oh, I think they thought I was going to get their food. Anyways, I was just going to get another view here and see what there is. Oh, it's just a restaurant. Obviously at this time of day many of the cafes and restaurants, they are closed, but there are a few people here who came to see the sunset, no doubt. And there's still a few people about roaming the streets. Oh, there's a few people who got a photo spot. It's always easy to identify the photo spots because there are many people about. And let's see what there is here. Let's gate crash their party. All right. Yeah, we can go down here. Lots of Instagram shots being taken here for sure. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful spot. And just look how close we are here to a church bell.
I feel uncomfortable.
A private property, no climbing, keep off. Again, respect the village, respect the area. You can also see the use of color all around the village here. It's not just the traditional blue and white,
Please don't do that.
but the artistic touch is quite prevalent here in OIA. And there's some boats down there, small harbour. And I guess some people have stuck with the traditional blue and white. I've read that in 1890 the population of OIA was around 2,500, so double what it is in 2025. And it had about 130 vessels. There is a reference to its glorious past in terms of vessels, in terms of sailing. In fact, OIA was a thriving hub of prosperity in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Its merchant fleet sailed around the eastern Mediterranean, and it helped to trade goods such as olive oil and wine between Egypt and Russia. However, sadly, OIA's prosperity didn't last forever. With the arrival of steamships and the rise of shipping at Piraeus in Athens, the town's seafaring trade began to collapse. And on top of that, more and more people started leaving the island. The cats, I think they stayed though. By the early 20th century, Oia's economy took a major hit. There were wars, economic struggles, and even the overfishing of local waters contributed to the decline. It was a tough time for Oia, and I guess for the island in general. I've just noticed some beautiful art shops here. Reference there to a cocktail bar and a cafe. There is a maritime museum here, which undoubtedly will touch on that. Maritime history, the merchant fleet, and of course the donkey. Well, we had Marcos in Fira, and we've got Marcos here as well. It's just the same donkey. Here you go, Sunset Boulevard. So if we want to see the sunset, I guess we need to go in this direction. I'm not ready to go there just yet. Yeah, just want to have a quick look here. Of course, I love the use of color here. And wow, look, they even have some handrails here in this spot. So it's like a little cafe when it's open, not sure. Here you've got another church. And again, the blue and white stripes. There's another donkey statue on top there. Yeah, more clothes for sale. Classic Mediterranean outfits. This is a really relaxing vibe, as you'd expect. More souvenirs for sale, magnets. And just look there, the beautiful blue dome. Here we go. Now we are talking business. I guess a similar view to what you'll find in Fira, but just from a different angle. And beautiful flowers. I guess some plants which could do with a little bit of H2O. And more cats roaming around. It must be difficult keeping gardens in good conditions, because I get the feeling it's a very dry climate, as you can see from the plants. And yeah, that's a magnificent shot of a town, and we can create our own one over here. I've read the 1956 earthquake in this part of the world was particularly tough on Oia. A lot of the town was destroyed, but Oia, like the true survivor it is, it rebuilt itself and continues to be a symbol of Santorini's rich heritage. Today it is arguably the best place on earth to watch the sunset. Well, I don't think you can necessarily make that statement without seeing one. Talking about sunsets, this is Sunset Boulevard. I'm hoping to see a wonderful one tonight. Yeah, more trinkets and souvenirs. Nice bags, and yeah, summer donkey, Santorini. And again the eye featuring prominently. Alright. Now you can see the sun is at least talking to us. I don't know if we will be able to stick around for the whole sunset, I'll be honest. Of course there's a bus that leaves at 8, which I want to catch, but still it's just magnificent to be here. And there you can see a windmill. I didn't see one in Fira, but the one here in Oia is iconic. And I know many people go to the windmill for a sunset shot as well. But yeah, also just notice the way some of the properties are built, with the narrow stairs, the balconies, Greek architecture. Again, the artistic influence in this part of Greece, this part of Santorini, very prevalent. Some beautiful scenes depicted on a variety of materials, wood. You can see an old window. Yeah, magnificent. Right, let's go down here. More donkey related souvenirs. Red donkey, yellow donkey, crazy donkey. So wonder what the crazy donkey's like here in Santorini. They will probably kick up a fuss if they need to transport passengers. Look at the glare of the sun on the water there. And yes, see, some people have already picked out a spot for them, and many people taking Instagram shots as well. Yeah, a special part of the world, a special geography here in Santorini. Yeah, look, even these succulents, they get a bit of gloss with the sun at this time of the day. Absolutely special to be here. If you're a movie buff, you might know that OIA, or other parts of Santorini, features in The Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants and its sequel. They shot a few scenes around the island. Lina and Kostas here in Santorini. I think a few of those scenes were shot somewhere around here. Oh gosh, look at the beautiful flowers. Now this is a restaurant. I don't want to encroach on anyone. Just want to show you the garden over there. Maybe get a bit closer. Yes. Lovely arrangement of the stones. Purple, the pink. Splash of color here in Santorini. In OIA, and look at that. This could be a postcard. And there you can see a small harbour with some boats. And I love this little gate here. And the material they've used to build here. What is this? Like a piece of rock and some sort of plaster. What a beautiful little door. And a little balcony. I love what some people have done here. I believe many of these houses, they were actually old captains' houses. To be more specific, the new classical two-story captains' houses you'll see here in the village. That is a reminder of OIA's rich history. They were built for wealthy ship captains and their families. Many of the houses here. And I guess today, wow, this is a magnificent sight. Some have got swimming pools, really living the dream. And yeah, those people must know something I don't, because there's quite a lot of them over there, and they're obviously facing directly to the sun. So I wonder what they know what I don't, because I think I know of a better spot, certainly from my 2014 experience. Yeah, just look at the artistic touch here, even in the properties. I've not really shot a lot of videos during sunset on my channel, so I'm hoping the quality is alright. But standing here, footage or not, this is a special experience. And also, let's not kid ourselves, there are a fair few clouds around which might spoil or add to the sunset, depending on how you look at it. So keep that in mind. It might not be the classic summer sunset many people experience, but every day is unique, isn't it? We form our own memories. There are other things to observe in OIA as well. It's not just the sunset. And in fact, the real magic lies in the alleys, the little corners. Look at this church, for example. I think it lost its blue hat, its blue dome, or maybe it will get a blue hat, a blue dome. There's a windmill we saw earlier. Part of me is hoping for those clouds to disappear, and another part of me says no, just look how magical that looks. Don't mess with nature. Nature will provide the experience. Don't tamper with it. Yo, that windmill in the sunset looks magnificent. I guess not a lot of English encouraged here. I can see a donkey and a horse. So something to do with a donkey and a horse. Yeah, this is called Glitzy Windmill. This is the name of this windmill. I have to be honest, when I went to Mykonos and to Fira, many things looked familiar to me, but here in OIA, many things look unfamiliar. I certainly remember the windmills, Or maybe I was at that spot. I'll need to go and check my photos again. But I seem to remember there was a viewing point somewhere over here as well. Anyways, a lot of the properties now are demarcated off. So let's do the touristy thing and go to the spot with many people. Oh yeah, looking at the windmills here is absolutely breathtaking. You can see the moon as well, looking to make an appearance. Yeah, walking in here. It's surreal to think that I'm here after 11 years. It doesn't feel like 11 years. Time goes quick. Yeah, lots of ruins or derelict buildings. I don't know what the plan with them are. Whether or not they're gonna repair them. Will they even bother? Because they might repair it, and due to the stream of traffic, the many tourists, it might be derelict again. So yeah, a bit of a catch-22 situation for OIA and Santorini. Let's see what that view is about. I'm not going to stick around for too much longer because I want to catch the bus back to Fira. But nonetheless, it's never about the quantity of time but the quality of time. Yeah, many people lining up here. I'll catch a glimpse of the sunset. And let's go and find our own viewing spot. So you can just see how popular it is to come and watch the sunset in OIA. It's based on the number of people here. It does look gorgeous, doesn't it? The glare on the water. Right, let's go there. See if we can squeeze in. Right, here we go. Some people also enjoying a glass of wine, waiting for the sun to set. And on that side, let's see if we can see Fira. I think that is Fira over there. So here we go. Yeah, this is not the platform I was last time, I'm pretty sure about that. I guess people have picked this here for its 360 element. Got a 360-degree view. Absolutely breathtaking. Look at all the blue domes, blue churches. Again, the cliff element featuring strongly here. You can see the boats. Yeah, this is a very special experience. What a privilege to be here a second time. Right. Yes, here we go. The Aegean Sea in front there. Wow, I have to say this is a nice spot. This is probably the spot in 2025. Some people have even immortalized their love here. The love locks here in Santorini, in OIA. Let's pick out a random one. Anthony and Tricia. Well, there you go. If you're watching this video, there's a shout out to you. Your love forever immortalized here in Santorini, in OIA. Yeah, look at the glare there on that rock over there. Absolutely breathtaking. I could stare at this for hours. There's so much to look at. The lines of erosion, or I guess volcanic activity in some cases. All the islands around. The boats. The whitewashed buildings. The blue domes. Let's not forget the sky. You know what, looking at this angle, it does ring a bell. I remember those two windmills. In fact, I think I could do with a more quiet spot actually. So let's go down here. There are maybe too many people and too much music. Let's get another shot here. You can actually even see a cat walking there on the railing. Yeah, so what do you think of OIA? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you haven't done it yet, please press the like and subscribe buttons. I think I'm going to say goodbye to this part of town, at least. Time and daylight, they are of the essence. So let's explore a bit more of the town and make our way back to the bus station. Some very interesting galleries here. Look at this one, who decided to display their products here next to the pedestrian walkway. Very interesting touch. And of course, it's the jewelry with the best view in all of Greece. The juxtaposition of an old church and modern jewelry. I think more people have got the same idea as me. I'd rather spend their time walking around the town than be at a single spot. And more succulents on top there, more art galleries. I'm back over here, which is a very popular photo spot, and this cat has been here all the time. Just relaxing, chill vibes. Now why wouldn't they have? I can see the clock here is not working. It almost made me nervous. It's not 11:30.
It's like Greek, Turkish, like.
But yeah, there's a lot more to OIA than just the sunset. There are some absolutely brilliant stalls and shops to come and explore. There's some interesting shops and shop designs. Look at this one. And then you have beautiful paintings here. This one as well. Look at all the blues and whites. And a splash of color over there. And more hoodies and postcards. There you can see that's the classic scene with the windmills we saw earlier. There's a sunset, presumably in summer. But yeah, look at this one, for example, how the clouds add to the experience. Yeah, let's just quickly check here. Another shot of OIA. There's no one here because everyone else is on the other side watching the sunset. But often, if not most cases, the real magic of a place is where you're on your own, where there are no tourists. So this little spot here in OIA, I'm going to make a mental note. Check out the tourist information here in OIA. They've got their priorities straight. Look there, sunset right, bus station left. The only two things that tourists really would be interested in here, the sunset and the bus station. So let's go and get some transport back to Fira. And I guess out of Greece as well. Yes, this is the end of my Greek adventures. I've had a great time, and Greece is special for me because it's special for my mother. It's probably her favorite place in the world if she has to choose. And I'm gonna find a nice quiet spot to end this series. And I'll be honest with you, it's been a tough few months on YouTube for me. I've not really got the views that I thought I would get. Something might be up with the algorithm, or it might just be up with my videos in general. I think there's a bit of a disconnect, because I think I'm getting better at the videos, but the views don't necessarily reflect that. So I'm gonna have to do some introspection. I'm gonna have to ask myself some tough questions and ask myself, is it worth continuing with the channel? Yes, I know Rome wasn't built in a day, and this is a marathon and not a sprint, but the YouTubing has really affected my mental and physical health over the last few months. It's very hard work. I still have about half a year left on my sabbatical, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with my family in South Africa, and then I'll decide what next. Certainly, I think this is the end of my overseas trips, so to speak, for 2025. I might do more vlogging in South Africa, I'll see when I get there. So yes, I've got some tough questions to answer. For me, the focus needs to be on working smarter and not harder. I need to figure out what I need to do. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what's next for the channel. Anyways, we're here at the entrance of OIA, so to speak, at the bus station. I call it a station, but it's really just a spot to park over here. And I guess this is me saying goodbye to Santorini, and like I said, possibly to at least videos I'll make outside South Africa for a while. It's a bit of a strange feeling walking here thinking that. Anyways, enough about that for now. I hope you enjoyed this visit to OIA, our visit to Santorini, our visit to Greece. I mentioned in Athens already that Greece has a special place for me. It's a place that really inspired me to travel, and that is because of my mother. And for that reason, I will always have a special place in my heart for this country. It is such a special place to visit, and I feel inspired for the next steps in my journey, whatever that will be. Thanks again for all your support, for all your encouragement, and you will hear from me pretty soon. Cheers, take it easy.